We can cross now to Spain to speak to our correspondent there, Sarrah Morris, to get the view from Madrid. Sarrah, more Britons live in Spain than in any other EU country. How will Brexit affect them?
They're really watching these talks very closely. Many of them say to me that regardless of what happens, they will lose their right as an EU citizen to move freely. Now, the Spanish and the UK government have been telling those who are already registered in Spain that they will be able to continue to live in Spain. But nevertheless, there are about 366,000 Britons officially registered in Spain, but one of the problems at the moment are that the thousands more that are not registered, mainly because they perhaps were retired living on the Spanish costas. They had bought property there, they didn't need to work and so hadn't got those official documents. Many of them are finding it very difficult because they are elderly and for other reasons to get registered, particularly because of the pandemic. Not all the offices are working at full speed, and they've been repeatedly told by the Spanish and British authorities they need to get a residency card. The clock is ticking for them, and many know that they won't be able to get those documents in time. They will have to produce things like proof that they have healthcare, and for many who are in a fairly fragile economic situation, can't go back to the UK, this is a very worrying time for them indeed, Eve.
Meanwhile, Sarah, special talks, if you want to call them that, are going on at the moment between the British Overseas Territory of Gibraltar and Madrid and London. What's the latest on that front?
Indeed, they are special talks. There's a separate strand set up with the UK, Gibraltar and Spain. The EU does get involved with those talks, but it's a separate strand of the Brexit negotiations. A spokesman for Gibraltar, the government there, says to me they are still ongoing. There is no deal yet, but the Gibraltar Chief Minister, Fabian Picardo, has said over the last 3 or 4 days they are 3 to 4 sentences away from a deal, and that deal could potentially allow Gibraltar to form part of the Schengen area, that area which allows the free movement of people within 22 EU countries, plus a number of other European countries. That would essentially mean that there would be more fluidity even than in the moment on that border between Spain and Gibraltar. The Gibraltar government and the Spanish government are pressing for a deal because there is a lot of movement across that border. 30,000 people across that border every day. Many of them are Spanish workers. They rely on working in Gibraltar, particularly because many of them come from the Campo de Gibraltar, a very poor area in the Cadiz province. There's also a flow of tourists in and out, so hoping for a deal to be announced from Gibraltar and the Spanish government and the UK as part of these Brexit talks. Potentially, we're not sure when, but potentially today as they're ongoing.
Indeed, the latest we're hearing from both EU sources and in London is that the overall talks snag still on that fishing issue, and the deal may now be hours away. Sarrah Morris in Madrid, thanks so much for the update from there.